Oh, you guys are here. I actually wasn't ready, but hey, no time like the present. Welcome to Pillow Talk, a real, open, and honest conversation about everything and anything that happens behind closed doors. Some people ask me, why? Why, Jaime? Why Pillow Talk? Why now? And to those people I say, well, because I've been there. I've been the girl, body after baby. I've been the girl. Will I ever feel pretty again? I've been the girl. Is he ever going to look at me the same? All of the things that you're thinking, I've already thought and got through. But it's more than that. It's what we see on TV and social media that makes us feel bad about ourselves. The women who swear they have orgasms every time they have sex, or that they never masturbate. But enough about them. What are we standing out here for? Let's go inside. You guys sent me in your questions, and I'm going to read some of them, and let's talk. Anonymous says, "Hi Jaime, my boyfriend and I just got engaged, and I was wondering if you had any tips on spicing things up a bit in the bedroom. I would like to up my game, if you know what I mean." I do know what you mean, lady. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think people should always want to up their game in the bedroom, because I don't think it matters if you just got engaged, just got married, just had a baby, just sent your last kid off to college. Sex, like anything else in life, can become monotonous if you're not putting your best foot forward. So I would say for somebody who just got engaged, dirty talk could be fun. What is dirty talk? Believe it or not, there are people out there like, what do you mean by dirty talk? Dirty talk are like sensual words or phrases that people use during sexy time to like turn themselves on or turn the person that they're with on. And there's hardcore and there's softcore. I'm not really one for hardcore because for me it makes me feel like I am sort of bossing someone around in a random porn video, which is not my thing, or voicing over some 800 sex talk line where they're encouraging you to try to find hot girls in your area, neither of which I happen to be interested in. So I prefer soft core. What is softcore? Things like I want you. This is a no-brainer because I'm guessing you're engaged, you're in bed with the person you're going to marry. I'm guessing you actually want him. And what a nicer, more reassuring thing to say to somebody you're in bed with than I want you. I feel like that is a great sort of easy way to ease into sexy talk. Another thing that works is I love that. 3 words. I love that. That is all a man needs to hear to feel like he has literally hit the I know what I'm doing in the bedroom game lottery. I love that. Another thing about saying I love that is I can almost guarantee that whatever that is, he will continue to do. Hopefully not repetitively for 15 minutes, but again, maybe come back and revisit it another sexy time. So start with things like I want you or I love that. I feel like those are safe, easy ways to sort of ease yourself into the sexy talk. Okay, the next question. Anonymous says, "Jaime, I would love ideas on how to keep our love life interesting with a 14-year age gap. We kind of have ourselves set into the same thing all the time, and I'd like to spice it up again." Okay, certainly I know about the age gap, but the truth is this. It really doesn't matter. Because what turns a man on at 40 turns the same man on at 50. It's all about how you present the material. So it's the same thing that I was just telling Anonymous who just got engaged. Just take the initiative to spice things up. I think the hardest thing for people is we don't 100% know how our spouse or significant other is going to react. So When we say we want to spice things up, that could mean anything from, as I mentioned, softcore dirty talk or sexy talk to sex toys or, I don't know, making videos. Not everybody's into the same thing. And I think the conversation that needs to happen outside the bedroom before you try anything inside the bedroom is, what is it that you like? Bring up scenes from movies. I tend to find that Michael is so much more willing to talk about sexy time if it's hypothetical. So I'll be like, yeah, so I saw this movie where this girl was doing this sexy striptease for her man and he was all into it. What do you think of that? And then I gauge his reaction. If he's like, I don't know, I make a note. Okay, sexy striptease, no go. But if he's like, yeah, what movie was that? That sounds like a good movie. I'm like, sexy striptease, a go. So I would have the conversation outside the bedroom, use the hypothetical, get a feel for what hypothetically turns him on, and then bring some of that into the bedroom. Spicing things up is easy. What's hard is getting the same two people to come to the same bedroom for 14 years. All right, next question. I love this question because it speaks to my heart. Anonymous says, I feel like my husband has a low sex drive or something. I must be the opposite. I'm always thinking about sex and I always am the one to initiate it. How do I stop feeling unattractive because of it? I try my hardest not to take it personal, but I can't help but feeling like he's not attracted to me. Okay, I will say this. I carried around that burden for a long time. I'm the one who has to initiate it. He must not be attracted to me. He must have 18 other girlfriends, yada, yada, yada. As soon as I changed my attitude and my mentality about it and started to see it more like, okay, so it's on me, which puts me in a position of power, which in turn actually kind of turns me on. So I thought, okay, you're in the driver's seat. That's where you love to be. I don't have to be in the driver's seat all sexy time. I just have to be in the driver's seat to get sexy time started. So I had two choices. I could either walk around like this, waiting for my husband to initiate it, or I could just initiate it and then let him take over. And so it was just that little change of my attitude that I think actually, if I'm being honest, saved my marriage. So, Anonymous, I would guess your husband doesn't have low sex drive. I would guess your husband just prefers or is more turned on when you initiate sex. So think of it like anything else that you would do to turn your husband on. Think of it like anything else you would do to please him. He's saying, without saying it, I prefer when you initiate sex. So don't equate that with how he views you or whether he's attracted to you. Equate it with him telling you this is what he wants or needs to get things going. And then just take it from there. Okay, there are a ton more questions that I'll get to next week. So thank you for sending them in. If you have a question for me, send it to pillowtawk, TAWK, @coffeetalk.com. Now we're going to play a little game I like to call Jaime Asks Siri. How many times does the average married couple have sex?
I don't know what that means. If you like,
Neither do
I
we.
can search the web for how often does the average American
What does
couple
married
have
sex mean? We don't know either, Siri. Help us. Well, first of all, let me just say this. How many times the 20 to 29-year-old married couples have sex is going to be very different than the, say, 30 to 39. Because the 20 to 29s are probably trying to have babies, and you have a lot more sex when you're trying to have babies than when you're raising them. So I feel like this is going to be skewed a little bit, but let's see. Looks like the average married couple is having sex a couple of times a week. Now, I call bullshit. Siri, what is the divorce rate in America?
Let me think. It looks like the answer is about 877,000 divorces per year.
Oh, she's trying to get all technical with me. She wants to give me like actual numbers. 877,000 divorces a year in America. What is the average age people lose their virginity?
Checking on that. Here's what I found on the web for average age people lose their virginity.
I'll see what the average age is before I tell you what mine was. The average age is 16.9 for men and 17 for women. I am a man. Because I lost mine when I was 16. Like anything else that goes on in the bedroom, Pillow Talk will ebb and flow. Keep your questions and comments coming, and I will continue to think of interesting ways to force ourselves outside our comfort zone to have the uncomfortable conversations so things can get more comfortable in the bedroom. I love you. Have a great night.